Our next film is a reactionary historical narrative from director D.W. Griffith, and you can watch it right now on the new free streaming app Momitu. This is 1921's Orphans of the Storm. I'm Harry Marks. You can find me on TikTok at Lobby Intros as the host of the classic film history channel Let's All Go to the Lobby. Orphans of the Storm takes place just before the French Revolution. It stars Lillian Gish as Henriette, a woman in search of a cure for her sister Louise's blindness. Louise happens to be played by Gish's actual sister, Dorothy, and soon into their trip into the city, the pair meet a dastardly aristocrat who kidnaps Henriette for his own nefarious purposes, leaving her sister to fend for herself. Louise winds up in the clutches of the evil Mother Fauchard, who takes her captive and forces her into a life of begging, while Henriette is freed by the wealthy Chevalier de Vaudreuil, and the two fall in love. Meanwhile, the country is on the verge of revolution, led by the radical Robespierre, and before long, the sisters find themselves on the wrong side of the law as the French aristocracy and the disenfranchised rebels threaten to tear the country apart. Orphans of the Storm is based on the French play Les Deux Orphelins, written in 1874 by Adolphe Donnery and Eugène Cormont. In fact, this film isn't even the first adaptation of the play committed to the screen. It had been filmed 4 times by this point. There were 2 U.S. productions, one in 1911 and another 4 years later. And in France, 2 different versions of the story were produced in 1910. And they say remakes are a modern problem. In fact, it was Lillian Gish who had encouraged Griffith to adapt the play in the first place. She'd thought her sister Dorothy would be perfect for the part of Henriette, since Henriette was the more headstrong character, much like Dorothy herself. But Griffith had other ideas. He cast Lillian as Henriette instead. Known for playing damsels in distress, the role was a change of pace for her career. But there was another headstrong personality at play during the film's production, that of Griffith himself. The director's politics were quite well known by this point. He leaned conservative, and his earlier film, Birth of a Nation, garnered public outcry for his portrayal of and commentary on African Americans in the United States. Orphans of the Storm also had a significant right-leaning bent, as Griffith had been concerned about the ongoing Russian Revolution of the time. Nothing scared him more than Bolshevism in America. Funny enough, however, Griffith's talents had caught the eye of some film enthusiasts overseas. Those same Bolsheviks he worried about were actually big fans of his. Griffith wasn't just an early director, he was a founding father of the film medium. The techniques and narrative tools used by filmmakers today have their roots in the work Griffith did over 100 years ago. As a result, Soviet directors like Eisenstein and Pudovkin took their inspiration from him and poured what they'd learned into their own films. And now you can catch one of Griffith's more underrated offerings right here as you watch Lillian Gish, Dorothy Gish, Joseph Schildkraut, and Frank Losi in the 1921 silent epic Orphans of the Storm, now playing for free on Momitu.